The galaxy held its breath. The war was ending, but the final choice still lay ahead. The seed of harmony had sparked hope, but the real test was just beginning. Alex stood in the council chamber, looking out at the faces of leaders from hundreds of worlds. The room was tense. Every eye watched him. "The rule can unite us again," Alex said, voice steady. "But only if we choose peace over power." Elder Brock, his usual stern self, nodded slowly. "We must rebuild trust. But there are still those who want war." At that moment, the doors opened. Cade entered, his face calm but marked by the battles he had fought. "I come with a choice," Cade said. "A choice I hope the galaxy will make wisely." Maya stood beside Alex. "We fought to stop the war. Now it's time to decide if the rule lives or dies." Cade looked around. "I was wrong to believe strength alone could save us. But strength with wisdom, that is the true power." Suddenly, a warning blared. Outside, rebel ships loyal to Cod's old cause were gathering for one last attack. "Not everyone agrees," Cade said quietly. Alex clenched his fists. "Then we fight once more, not with weapons, but with words and courage." The council voted. Should they destroy the rebels with force or try to bring them back to peace? Trin spoke. "War will only breed more war. We must reach out, even to those who hurt us." The vote was close, but in the end, they chose peace. Alex and Maya led a mission to the rebel base. The rebels were ready, but many listened when the offer was made to join the new rule. Cade met his old followers face to face. "We can build something better," he told them, "together." Not all surrendered. Some fled into the darkness, but many stepped forward. Back at the council, Elder Brack addressed the galaxy. "The rule is reborn. Not as law forced on others, but as a promise we keep together." Stars shone brighter. Ships flew not in battle, but in celebration. Alex looked at Maya. "We almost lost everything, but we didn't," she said. "Because we chose hope." Cade stood silently. Then he spoke. "The future is uncertain, but with peace we can shape it." As light spread across the galaxy, Alex smiled. "The final choice was ours, and we chose to hold the galaxy together." The rule lived on not as a chain, but as a bond. And the stars whispered a new story, a story of unity, courage, and the power of choice. The sky was clear over the city when the first strange signal appeared on Earth satellites. Scientists stared at their screens, confused and alarmed. The signal was unlike anything they had ever seen, an organized pattern that repeated over and over. In a busy control room, Dr. Emily Carter tapped her finger nervously on the table. "This isn't random noise. It's a message," she said. Her colleague Raj leaned closer. "But what kind of message, and from who?" Before anyone could answer, a voice came over the loudspeakers. "Attention all nations. This is a warning." Everyone froze. A deep, calm voice filled the room, speaking in perfect English but with a strange metallic tone. "Humans of Earth, your actions in the universe have been observed. Many species have decided your presence is a threat. Surrender now, or face destruction." Emily's heart pounded. Is this some kind of joke? A prank? Raj shook his head. "No way. This is too detailed. They know about Earth's defenses. They know about us." Outside, people looked up at the sky, watching as strange lights appeared, silent ships moving faster than anything humans had built. In a government bunker far below the surface, generals and leaders gathered. "Are we ready for this?" asked General Hayes. "No," said Emily, who had been brought in as a scientist expert. "We don't even know who they are or how many." The tension grew. Days passed. The alien sent another message, harsher this time. "This is your last chance. Submit or be destroyed." Everyone waited, afraid. Then the first attacks began. Satellites fell from the sky. Power grids failed. Cities went dark. In a small town, A boy named Alex watched the sky as explosions lit the horizon. "Mom, what's happening?" His mother held him tight. "It's going to be okay, Alex. We just have to stay strong." But no one knew if it would be okay. Emily worked day and night with her team. "We need to understand their technology. If we can't fight, we can't survive." One night, Emily received a message on her secure channel. It was from an unknown source. "Help is coming," it said. She stared at the screen. Who? Why? Before she could reply, the power flickered and a new image appeared, a star map, showing distant galaxies and a location marked with a blinking red dot near Earth. Raj whispered, "Could someone be warning us? Or trying to trick us?" Emily didn't know. But she felt a strange hope. The aliens gave one final message: "Prepare yourselves. The end is near." Everyone held their breath, waiting for the next move. But what the aliens didn't expect was that humanity was not ready to give up. Not yet. The morning was quiet, too quiet. In the command center, the screens blinked with data from space. Scientists and military officers waited tensely. Every eye was fixed on the radar, hoping to see nothing unusual, but hoping to be ready if something came. Suddenly, an alarm screamed. Lights flashed red. General Hayes barked, "What is it?" "Multiple objects entering Earth's atmosphere, high speed." "No chance of friendly," Raj answered, his voice tight. Emily stared at the screen. "They're coming, faster than we expected." Outside, people went about their day, unaware of the danger above. Then the sky cracked open with light. The first alien ships burst through the atmosphere, shining with deadly energy. In New York, crowds stopped, looking up. A massive shadow moved across the sun. "We don't have much time," General Hayes said grimly. "Prepare defenses. Fire at will." But the weapons that once seemed powerful now felt small. The alien ships moved with impossible speed, dodging missiles like they were slow raindrops. Explosions rocked the city. Buildings trembled. People screamed and ran for cover. Emily and Raj watched helplessly. "Our defenses are failing," Emily whispered. "We need a new plan." "Do we even know their goal?" Raj asked. "Control. Total destruction if we resist," Emily said. In a small bunker, soldiers tried to hold their ground. "Lieutenant." James looked around, his face pale but steady. "Hold the line. Protect the civilians." Explosions shook the walls. Outside, fires spread like wildfires. Back in the control room, the screen flickered. A new message appeared on the alien broadcast. "Earth, you have chosen war. Your punishment begins." Emily clenched her fists. "They want to break us, but we can't break now." Suddenly, a new signal came through, a faint coded message hidden in the chaos. Raj decoded it quickly. "It's a distress signal. From inside the alien fleet. Could it be a rebel or a trick?" Emily asked. "No way to know," Raj said. "But it might be our only hope." In the chaos, General Hayes made a decision. "We launch a small team to investigate. We must find any weakness." As soldiers prepared, the city burned below, but hope sparked in the darkest hour. The city was still burning, but deep underground, in a secret lab, a different kind of battle was being fought. Dr. Emily Carter paced nervously. Around her, engineers worked on a strange, glowing device, unlike anything Earth had ever seen. Raj stood beside her, eyes wide with hope and fear. "Are you sure this will work?" Emily nodded, though her hands trembled. "It has to. We have no choice." Suddenly, the lab's door slammed open. General Hayes entered, his face grave. "What is this weapon? Can it stop them?" Emily took a deep breath. "It's called the Pulse, a technology we've hidden for years. It's powerful enough to disrupt their ship's energy fields." Raj added, "We kept it secret because we weren't sure if it was safe. But now, it's our only chance." Outside, the alien ships hovered, ready to strike again. The world waited silently, holding its breath. General Hayes looked at the glowing device. How long before it's ready? Hours, maybe less, Emily said. But we need a pilot for the delivery craft. It's dangerous. Lieutenant James stepped forward. I volunteer. If this can end the war, I'll risk it. Emily smiled briefly. You're brave. We need that now. The launch was set for night. As darkness fell, the pulse weapon was loaded into a small, fast ship. Emily watched on the control screen. Remember, the pulse sends a burst that can disable their systems for minutes. That's when we strike. Lieutenant James's voice came through the radio, steady despite the tension. I'm going in. The ship sped toward the alien fleet. Outside, the stars blurred past. Suddenly, alarms blared. Multiple fighters. Approaching. Raj shouted. Brace for attack, James said, gripping controls. Fighters swarmed around the ship, firing lasers. The pulse device glowed brighter. Emily whispered, Come on, James, you can do this. With a final push, James fired the pulse. A wave of blue light exploded outward. The alien ship shuddered. Their weapons faltered, systems blinked off. Now! General Hayes ordered. Earth's forces launched a massive counterattack. Explosions erupted in space. The aliens staggered back, their power disrupted. James radioed. Pulse successful. Returning to base, Emily exhaled deeply. This could change everything. But in the shadows, a new threat waited, one that even the pulse could not stop. The alien command ship shook violently. Lights flickered as alarms screamed through the vast corridors. Commander Vrax paced nervously, his many eyes darting from one screen to another. What is happening? His lieutenant hissed. Vrax slammed his claw on the console. Their weapon. The pulse. It hit us harder than we expected. Our systems are failing. Another officer yelled. Our fleet is losing power. Weapons offline. Shields weakening. The room filled with chaos. Vrax's voice cut through the noise. Silence. Gather the council. We must find a solution before it's too late. In a dimly lit chamber, the alien leaders met. One, an elder with silver scales, spoke. This human weapon is unlike anything we have seen. If it spreads, our entire fleet will fall. Another added, we must retreat and regroup. Our invasion will fail. Vrax shook his head. Retreat means defeat. Our honor demands we fight. Back on Earth, Emily watched the alien transmissions intercepted by her team. They are scared, she said quietly. The pulse worked. Raj nodded, but this means they will come back stronger. They will change their tactics. In the alien ship, Vrax stared at the star map. We cannot fight with broken weapons. We must find their secret, find their weakness. A messenger entered. Commander, there is news from the scouts. One alien faction is considering surrender. Vrax's eyes narrowed. Betrayal? This will not stand. We crush dissent. We crush humans. Meanwhile, in a hidden bunker, a young alien named Zek sat alone, trembling. He whispered, This war. It's lost, but maybe there is another way. Suddenly the ship shuddered again. Vrax's voice boomed. Prepare for counterattack. No species is ready for humanity's final response. The war had reached a boiling point. Earth's skies were scarred with the smoke of fallen ships. Cities stood half in ruins, their people hiding underground, clinging to hope. But deep in the silence of space, something unexpected was about to happen, something that would change everything. Inside the alien flagship, Commander Vrax stood before a massive hologram of Earth. His sharp claws tapped against the console. They're weaker now. One final blow and their spirit will break. But not everyone agreed. In a dark corridor far from the command chamber, Zek moved quietly, his heart pounded. He had once believed in the war. He had followed orders. But what? He had seen on Earth families hiding, children crying. Humans risking everything to protect each other had changed him. Zek entered a hidden room and activated a small communicator. A familiar voice responded. It was Emily. "You're early," she whispered. "I couldn't wait any longer. I have information." "And I'm ready to help," Zek said. "Are you sure?" "If they catch you, I'm already dead if I don't do this." Meanwhile, on Earth, General Hayes was reviewing troop positions when Raj burst into the room. "We got the transmission. Zek says there's a rebellion forming inside the alien fleet." Hayes narrowed his eyes. "A rebellion?" Raj nodded. "Some of their soldiers think the war is wrong. Zek's willing to lead them." Emily entered, breathless. "He gave us fleet coordinates. Their core ship, the one that controls communication between all others, it's lightly guarded. If we destroy it, they'll lose connection. It'll throw their entire fleet into chaos." Hayes stood up. "Then we hit it. But we need a distraction. Something big enough to pull Vrax's eyes away." Back in space, Vrax paced angrily. He sensed something was wrong. His orders were being delayed. Some units weren't responding. He called a commander. "Why is the southern wing silent?" I don't know, Commander." "We're trying to reach them." Vrax's eyes narrowed. "Something's happening. Increase surveillance. And bring me Zek." But Zek was already gone. Inside an escape pod. Zek moved fast through the outer decks. With stolen access codes, he reached the ship's main power relay. It pulsed with alien energy. "This will cut their communication," he whispered. He opened a channel. "Emily, I'm in. You have 3 minutes." Earth's attack began at once. Dozens of fighter ships shot through space toward the alien fleet. Missiles exploded. Lasers cut through black sky. The aliens scrambled to respond. Vrax shouted, "It's a full-scale assault. All ships defend the core ship." But it was already too late. Zek placed a small device on the relay. The countdown began. Back on Earth, Emily watched. 10 seconds. Vrax's ship shook violently. "We're losing signal to the fleet," an officer yelled. "Our core channel is down." Zek closed his eyes as the device exploded, knocking him back into the shadows. Emily saw the effect instantly. Alien ships began drifting, confused, their formations broken. General Hayes gave the order. "Now, finish this." Human ships surged forward. One by one, alien vessels fell. Inside the flagship, Vrax roared, "Find him! Find the traitor!" But it was too late. The betrayal had already done its job. On Earth, as the dust settled and silence returned to the sky, Emily sat back in her chair. "Zek did it," Raj smiled. "He gave us a chance." General Hayes nodded slowly. "Sometimes the strongest weapons aren't machines. They're the ones who choose to stand up and say no more." The stars were quiet again for a moment. After the betrayal inside the alien fleet and Zek's brave sacrifice, Earth had won time, not peace. The alien forces were scattered and confused, but not defeated. Everyone on Earth knew the war wasn't over. Something bigger was coming. In the underground command center, General Hayes stood before a wall of screens. His face was hard, his voice low. "They're regrouping. We have days, maybe hours." Emily leaned forward. "We can't wait for them to strike first again. We need to end it." Raj pointed to a glowing image on the central screen. "This is their true base. Not a ship, but a mobile war station. Hidden in deep space. They didn't expect us to find it." General Hayes crossed his arms. "That's where we hit. No more defense, no more waiting. This time we respond. Final and absolute." Emily hesitated. "Are we ready for something that big?" Hayes looked her in the eye. "We don't have a choice. For the next 12 hours, the best minds on Earth worked together. Scientists, engineers, military leaders. Their plan was risky, bold, but it was the only way. They called it Project Dawnfall. At its center was something Earth had kept secret, even from its own people, a weapon built from alien technology salvaged during the early attacks. A weapon so powerful it was feared even by those who created it. It's not just a bomb, Raj explained. It's a system disruptor. It can shut down their entire base, inside and out. But it must be placed directly at the core. That means someone has to go in, Emily said. Everyone fell silent. James, standing in the corner, stepped forward. I'll go. Hayes shook his head. You've already risked your life. I'm the best pilot we have, James replied. And if this ends the war, then it's worth it. The next night, a single ship left Earth, small, silent, and carrying the fate of humanity. As it approached the alien war station, James whispered into his mic, I see it. My God, it's massive. The station looked like a floating mountain, glowing red with energy. Thousands of alien fighters swirled around it like angry bees. Emily's voice came through calmly. Remember your path. Stay low, don't engage. But the enemy saw him. They've spotted me. James shouted. The ship rocked as lasers flew past. He dove, twisted, flew through debris, and pushed the engines to their limits. I'm almost there, he cried. Inside the war station, Vrax sat in a massive throne-like chair. His face twisted with rage. The humans again. They never learn. He slammed his fist on a control pad. Destroy that ship, James pushed forward. I'm going in. The ship crashed through the station's outer shield and skidded across a long metal corridor. Sparks flew. Smoke filled the cockpit. James coughed, grabbed the device, and ran. Alarms blared. Aliens chased him. He didn't look back. I see. The core, he whispered. I'm setting it now. Back on Earth, Emily held her breath. Raj was silent. Suddenly, James's voice came through, calm and steady. It's done. Tell Earth. We gave them everything. The transmission cut. Then the stars lit up. The alien war station pulsed with blue light, then collapsed in on itself. All across space, alien ships froze, powerless, disconnected. On Earth, silence filled the command center. Then Raj smiled. It worked. Emily blinked back tears. He did it. General Hayes looked at the screen, showing space, now empty and still. No species was ready for this, not their invasion, and not our final response. The war was over. For the first time in months, the skies above Earth were quiet. No alien ships, no fire, no fear. Just silence and the slow, painful return of peace. Across ruined cities, people stepped out from shelters. The air smelled of smoke and dust, but the stars above were clear. Survivors looked up, wondering if they were truly safe. In the underground command center, General Hayes stood in front of the main screen. It showed deep space, empty now, where the alien war station had once floated. Any signals? He asked. Quietly. Raj shook his head. None. Their systems collapsed completely after the final strike. Emily sat nearby, her face pale. Her eyes stayed fixed on the screen. We haven't heard from James. Hayes turned to her. He knew what he was doing. I know, she said softly. But it doesn't make it easier. Raj walked over and placed a small device on the table. Zek's final message was recovered, just before the station fell. Emily pressed play. Zek's voice came through, quiet and calm. To those who find this, I want you to know I believed in the wrong things. But humans showed me something I had never seen before: hope, even in darkness. I tried to stop the war, not for my kind, but for all of us. The message ended. In silence, Hayes looked away. He was braver than most of his commanders. Across the planet, people began rebuilding. Soldiers helped clear streets. Engineers worked to restore power. Farmers returned to their land. Slowly, life started again. In New York, A girl named Lila planted a small tree in a park where a battle once raged. Her father knelt beside her. "Will they come back?" she asked. He smiled weakly. "If they do, we'll be ready." In a secret hangar in the mountains, scientists opened a new file, Project Recovery. Plans to study what remained of alien technology, not to use in war, but to build something better. Emily stood before a crowd at the United Nations weeks later. The room was full of leaders, soldiers, and civilians. "This war taught us something important," she began. "That unity is our true weapon. Not bombs, not ships, but the will to stand together. Humanity didn't just survive, we endured. And we will rise." The audience rose in silence, then erupted into applause. Outside, peace was still fragile. Some alien species remained uncontacted. No one knew if another threat would rise from the stars, but Earth was different now. In orbit, a satellite blinked online. A quiet signal reached Earth. It was short. Just 4 words: "We remember, we watch." Emily read it in the control room and smiled. "Let them watch," she said. "They won't forget what happened here." And high above the world, a memorial. Satellite floated quietly, its name etched in steel, James Carter, the final response. No species was ready, but Earth was, and always would be.